with demons, but still had enough common sense to fall before the Messiah, to subject himself before him. Whenever you come down before, that's why they say, get on your knees before God. You are subjecting yourself to his authority and to him. But everything about it says, don't get on your knees before God. You've been there before, haven't you? Don't you get on your knees before God. Don't you raise your hands to God. Don't you raise your hand in church. Everybody's going to sit there and look at you all funny. Who do you think that is? Whenever I hear that voice, I do the exact opposite. Do the exact opposite. We are to subject and put ourselves before the authority of God. That's exactly what this demoniac man did. So Jesus sends him out, verse 17, and he began to beg Jesus, and the people began to beg Jesus, depart from the region. As he was getting, he's a gentleman. Fine, you're kicking me out, I'm gone. Fine, you want to kick me out, I'm gone. America, fine, you want to kick me out, I'm gone. But don't wonder why all these things keep happening then. It's getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And this took several years. Talk about the grace of God. Talk about the grace and the love of God. We kicked them out of the schools back in the 1960s. The free love movement. Love everybody. Horrible. Drugs and just love and horrible. But he's still there. He still had his hand of grace upon us. But as we kick him out more and more, that hand's just, he's a gentleman. It's almost like he's getting in both hands. And he leaves. And when he leaves, it's going to be bad news. Because when he leaves, he's coming back. Does that make sense? When he leaves, he's coming back. And then there's going to be hell to pay. And they began to beg Jesus to depart. And I see, I think it's funny that the man that was a demoniac man begged for Jesus to heal him. But the other people are begging him to leave. And they begged Jesus to depart from the region. As he was getting into the boat, the man who had been possessed with demons begged him that he might go with him. Now we see that the demoniac man is begging again. See, he begs for deliverance. He gets deliverance. The people of the country are like, they see something all weird, or that their money just went down the tubes. They're begging him to leave. But then we see the demoniac man begged him that he might be with him. And he did not permit it. Jesus did not permit it. Why? Jesus did not permit it. But he said to him, go home. Go home. He's been out in the tubes. Out in the tombs. Go home. Go home to your friends and tell them how much the Lord has done for you and how he has had what? Mercy on you. What's the KJV say? Compassion. So I'm telling you, I love the KJV. I really do. I preach to y'all out of ESV, and I'm not one of these KJV only. You're going to go to hell if you don't. I'm just saying, that's a beautiful word. Mine says mercy, but his says compassion. King James word says compassion. He had compassion for this man. Compassion. Because compassion is what gives the what? The mercy. Compassion gives the mercy. Because he is passionate about you and shows compassion. And what did the man do? He went away and began to proclaim in Decapolis, which Decapolis was a 10-region Gentile area. Deca meaning 10. 10 region areas. It'd be like the city of Forsyth County, Guilford County, Alamance County. He went to all these different areas and started proclaiming the gospel of Jesus Christ. When you get it, when Jesus Christ comes into you and you realize that you have no answers for anything else, people tried to subdue you. You've leaned on alcohol. You've leaned on all these other things. You've leaned on pornography. And when Jesus Christ comes into your life and he changes you and transforms you, it should have you back on your knees before him saying, I'll go. I want to go with you. I'll do whatever it is. I'm not comfortable speaking in front of people. I'm not comfortable doing this, but I'll do it because of what you've done in me. I was out in the tombs. I was dead. Internally, physically, I was dead. People were chaining me up. But you showed compassion on me because you didn't leave me, Jesus. You came to me and you had love for me. And you didn't leave me. Everybody else left me out here to die, but you didn't leave me. I'll go with you wherever you want me to go. I'll go. But Jesus says, no. I want you to go home. Go home. Let the people see what I've done in you. Go home and tell people about Jesus. This dude actually right here was the first evangelist. Right? And it was a demoniac man. Don't ever doubt what Jesus Christ can do. Don't ever be afraid of what Jesus Christ can do in someone. I don't care if they're literally filled with demons or not. Don't ever be afraid, because hell will not prevail against the church. And you know how you bring his kingdom down more than anything? Is love and not sticking somebody. I don't have time for you. Get back out in the tombs. I ain't got time for it. This is what God's called us to do, church. Let us not be afraid. Let us not run from that. Let's not run from people who are just like everybody in here, because I know there's everybody in here who have felt just like this dude right here. Every one of you have. But yet we're so easy just to stick somebody else back in the tombs because it's just easier for us, when we forget that the mercy and compassion that Jesus had on our lives. But that just inconveniences me to do that. I want to watch my football game. I'm guilty. I want to go to a concert. I want to do this when the Holy Spirit's telling me to go outside and pray with someone, or you just feel like God has just impressed upon your heart for someone to get their phone number, to talk to them, to commune with them, to be friends with them, to tell them about Jesus, or whatever the case may be. But you decide that you've got more important things to do. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. What if Jesus would have done that to you? What if Jesus would have done that to this demoniac man? He would have died. He was already there. He was already there. He was just waiting for the moment when it was time to commit suicide. And that's what will end up happening with everybody. Where you take it so much till finally it's just like, I'm done. What is there here? I mean, you hear people say that all the time. People are about to commit suicide. There's nothing that keeps me here anymore. What is there anything to live for? I have nothing to live for. I've been robbed of everything mentally, physically. Nobody cares about me. Because there's nobody showing them the love of Christ. This is a call. This is a call. This is also a time for you. That if there's ever anything that you need prayer for, forgiveness. Maybe you've been done really, really wrong. But Corey, I can't forgive that person. I can't. I can't forgive that person. That person did me wrong. You know the only person that's hurt is you. And it's keeping you back from everything that God is calling you to be. Every stone that you cut yourself with, whether it's unforgiveness or whether it's addictions, God is here to show you compassion. And I get it. I get it. That's the hardest thing in the world. How can I forget that? How can I forgive that person, Corey? They took something from me that I didn't willingly give. Or they hit me. Or they abused me. They punched me in the face, Corey. And Jesus is like, I got compassion. You don't think I didn't get punched in the face? They punched me in the face too. What they did to you, they did to me. They punched me. They put me naked before everybody. They killed me a horrible death. And I did it because I have compassion for you. I know what you went through. Why do you think God sent somebody here? It was for you. It was to show you that I may be God, but I understand. I get it. But I'm here for you. And I love you. And I have compassion for you. And I'm here to set you free. But don't stop there. Go and tell this world about me. Because I can do the same for them and I want to. But who's going to be my messengers? That may be you too. Maybe you've just been kind of lazy. Spiritually lazy. Maybe you just haven't done what God's wanted you to do. And I want every head bowed and every eye closed. But maybe you just haven't done. Maybe that's you.